Hi there, today we're going to have a quick look at packaging options for a CD album, what's available. So number one, this is a traditional plastic jewel case. So the spine of it is grey plastic and the interior tray is also grey plastic. Option 2, which if I go here, there we go, you'll like this band, well maybe you won't. This is option 2. So this is still a jewel case, but you notice the spine is see-through, so it's not got a grey plastic spine. So you got your front option for your main graphic, you got your interior option, which could be a booklet as well, and then you've got this one's got a picture for the actual disc, but then on the inside you've got clear plastic, so you can have an extra graphic here as well as the rear graphic, which might have your track listed. So this is a double album, so it doesn't have your spine because it's a 2-disc thing. This is like the original way of doing double disc. So again, on the inside you've got no graphical area. You can put your graphic on the actual disc. This one has a separate booklet, and then disc 2 is over here, and then there you go. There's disc 2, and then your back. So this is the old way of doing double discs basically. So it's really quite thick, quite large. Moving on, so this is the shamen. So this is what they call a Digipack. So a Digipack is basically folded cardboard. Yeah, and then how you get into this, it unfolds and then you can see the discs basically. So there's that way of doing it. This is a double album again. So it's basically folded card and then blah 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 blah. So you get your front graphic, you can do a rear graphic. This has got a weird way of opening up. It's got like a way of keeping it closed, Velcro type thing. And then it's not quite a Maltese cross, but it's similar to a Maltese cross way of doing it. And then you've got plastic disc holders in the back, and these are coloured ones, so there's no graphic behind it. You've just got 2 discs basically, if you can see them. Let's go. Here's a Duran one. This is a wedding album one. This one folds out, more traditional. This is like a book, so it opens that way, and you got two open that way basically. It folds again. So this has a booklet on the inside. So this became quite popular for singles because it's quite cheap. So this is a shamen single. So you get the shamen disc itself with a listing of the different mixes. So this could be an album, but you know, they did it just for a single and the single mixes for this, and same with a certain ratio. So this is just cardboard, and you just end up with a slot to put your disc in. Yeah, and then there's your disc. You can tell it's a single because if you can, or maybe you can or you can't see it. There's not a lot on there. It sort of stops there. And I've got another just go back to Digipacks again. This is a New Order Digipack. This is a single? Yes, it's a single Digipack. And so this is New Order's way of doing it, where here's a single, we're going to give you it in a Digipack, so it's got a nice picture and everything, it ships easily and whatever. And what they did is the single that you buy is in it, and then like a couple of weeks later there'll be a collectible single that you can go and add, so you go and buy it again to get an extra mixes. And what they do when they initially ship it, they ship it with a piece of cardboard saying like, by the way, can we have some more money in a couple of weeks please, and can you go and replace this bit of cardboard with another disc? So because today you get one, and then in a few weeks time you can go and get extra different things. He's going to tell you on here that they're like a disco club mix and whatever, if you're interested. I didn't buy it, can you tell? And I think if I was going to do dual case, I'll do it with the see-through, because then you get the addition of having an internal picture graphic on the inside as well. So you get 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yeah. On Digipack, the ones that I've showed you have all had this black interior. You can get a see-through interior, so you could put a graphic underneath this as well if you wanted to do that. And then on Digipack you can have the option of having or not having a slip area, as in this here, if you can see this. So you can have, you can open that up. You could have a second disc that goes in there if you wanted to, or you could have a booklet or whatever. I mean, it's going to cost you to make a booklet, so that's an option. But it's like, how much money do you want to spend on your album, and how many do you think you're actually going to sell? So the other thing I would say with producing CDs or producing anything tangible is nowadays you're allowed. There are options. Didn't used to be. There's quite a lot of options of going quite low on quantity because you don't know how many you're going to sell. So I think the lowest you can do is 20. So you could do 20. And then if they sell, just order some more, And if you get feedback in the meantime that goes, yeah, I prefer the other cover actually, you could actually change the cover out, couldn't you? You could do that. And same with if your initial run that you do of 20 is you do dual case because that's how you decide you want to do it. And then you ship out 20 of them and you get a load of stuff coming back saying, yeah, your album's really good. When it turned up, it was cracked. So, there's that. So if you do choose to do a dual case, with its positives of being able to swap stuff out, but all the negatives of it being broken, if you're only going to do 20, and then the feedback you get after you've shipped them out is, a lot of them turned up cracked, you can say, right, okay then, so moving forward, my next 20 are going to be Digipack instead. You've got options. So I would say you can still make a profit on just knocking out 20. I think I can't remember what the price is now. Depends where you go to and which options you choose, because you get different options for how do you want things to be finished. Do you want it to be lacquered or not? Do you want a 4-page thing or not? Do you want the internal graphic if it's this type of thing or not? Do you want this idea of this area created or not? So I think they vary from £4 to £6 per disc to get created, packaged and sent to you. You can also have it pre-wrapped as well. You can have it cellophane when it turns up to give it that like newness look rather than whatever else. Then you got shipping. There'll be a shipping cost to you of if you got ordered 20, there'll be a shipping cost of the 20 to turn up. So you still make money if not make money. You're never going to buy a yacht, are you? Let's be honest. But you can recoup the cost of the production by the sales. If you sell, like if you make 20, you manage to sell 20, then you're selling them at like $9.99. If they cost you £6 plus postage, might be like £1 or £1. I don't know how much postage is, and you need. So the things you got to like factor in with this is there'll be a postage cost. So there'll be like a stamp cost, a physical, so a determinable cost of shipping. But then you can't just send it like this. You need to, buy a something to pack it in with. So you might have like a bubble wrap type envelope to try and protect it. They're not free. They might cost like £1, and then your postage might cost £2. So there's £3. So your base price is £6, and then your packaging of £3, and you're selling it for £10. You make £1. You're not going to get rich doing this, are you? And if you order like I don't know 250 or 500, the price of production will come down. So you might come down to like £4 or £3 per disc at that point if you order that many. But you might be left with like it's cheaper, therefore I'll make more money. But are you with any amount of certainty going to sell 250 or not? Because if you're not going to sell them, that just costs you more money, doesn't it? And you're left with a box full of CDs for like 20 years, which would be interesting. I think the idea of a low amount of CD production is a good idea, because they just want a downloadable file because they don't want to wait. The other thing you could do is when you send it out, you could put a piece of paper, you could either do a QR code or add an extra bit of paper that is a downloadable number, because like Bandcamp you can have download codes, so you can say, if you want to buy it, and then when you get it, you'll get a download code as well. So you can have the CD, so you have a physical version at home, but you can also just download the album to your phone as well. So yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So you can make the downloadable album on Bandcamp like £7, and then you can make this version £10. So it's £3 more, but you end up with a CD version, so a physical something at home to have a look at. But you still get the ability to do the download as well. There's your video. We're done. Catch you in a bit.